Hello viewers, and today we're doing episode 21 of the F1 Fan vs World Series with me, F1 Fan, and today we're in a three-man room with a cold. Yeah, I still got it, but it's pretty much the same as always, and we've got the Surf in the room, and some other guy in the Tommy Kyra ZZII. So the Surf takes the smallest route he possibly can down to turn 1. There was the smallest gap that I left, purposely, obviously, but yeah. So we're going side by side up through into turn 2. He's in the red one, I'm in the blue one. I make a dive up the inside, get cut back, and I've got the outside line for this next corner, but the Surf's on the inside. Give him a bit of a nudge up the backside because he was too slow. And so we're still side by side almost as we come through the hairpin, but he's got slight advantage here, but I'm trying to get alongside him, but I fall off the track. Yeah. So that went well. Still side by side actually, but I take the late braking move down the outside, and the Surf is down in third now, and we're not side by side any longer. Yeah, longest side by side ever. Yeah. So the ZZII messes up that corner quite royally, and we can both slip past. I take a nice tight line for the final corner. It's one of two corners actually, I think it is there, but no, it's just one corner. I go defensive, trying to hold off the Kyra. More importantly, because it's of its speed in a straight line, whereas the Surf isn't quite as fast as the Kyra in a straight line. So we're going side by side once again. Down into turn 1, I brake literally as soon as I saw the Surf brake. I waited, and then I braked slightly later than him, so I can take the apex and the corner and the lead. Going through the fast left-hander, get a little bit of a nudge from the Surf, but I did kind of take it a bit slowly. We're going on line of stern through the long sweeping right corner. Kyra gets it a bit wrong going into the hairpin, gives the Surf a nudge, who promptly gives me a nudge, I believe. Don't know. The Surf's looking for a move on the outside. I put on the dirt on the inside. The Surf now goes for the optimistic around the outside and nails it, except it was a bit more spectacular than mine. So Tommy Kyra is now right on my gearbox. The Surf has made a little bit of a getaway, but the Tommy Kyra runs a bit wide onto the grass and has to take the escape road. So that gives me a bit of an advantage down into the final corner. The Surf takes it very wide. I don't. The Surf takes it even wider there. Gives it such a wide berth. It's like giving birth. Don't know if that was a weird analogy. The Kyra looks like he could just whiz past, but he puts on his brakes for some reason, and I can't quite get past at the finish line. Yeah, it's quite close actually. I think all three of us were in 0.4 of a second. I don't know why the Kyra didn't just whiz past, but because he could have won easily. But he didn't, so that's how it is. Next race, yeah, I don't know. So we're going to Willow Springs, the streets of Willow Springs. This is quite a popular one in this series, it seems, and it's quite a popular track overall. I did choose it actually, but I do like this track. So I'm in my FT1 as per usual, pretty much, and there's a bright yellow Enzo in the room actually, which certainly looks unique. No, she, I think it's a she. He did. I get a cutback on Lippy there, as he breaks and goes a bit wide. He was from Australia, so it's a bit laggy. Yeah, there's a four-way tussle for first. The Enzo and the Surf were the top two right at this moment, and the Enzo breaks a bit too much, and I can slip through, but I'm kind of off. Just a little bit. Baronage, I'm going to call him that. He's also off. Got fourth a bit wide, I think. So the Surf, no, it's just a two-way tussle for first with the Surf and the Enzo. The Enzo is now has a little bit of a gap to the Surf, but not too much. Lipper, who is quite a good racer in his Z06, gets it pretty well. As for Baronage, he didn't. Me and my FT1 just taking the corners as they appear. Trying to get a cut back on the liver, but he was kind of in the way, so I couldn't. And then you can just power past on the street. So that went well for me. Baronage was very close to my rear end there. The Surf actually has taken the lead. Didn't know that. Baronage makes a bit of a dive. Yeah, that's all I can say. Try and take the next one quickly, but misses the corner. So now he's kind of dropped off us a bit. Meanwhile, we're catching the lead too, as Henny is a bit wrong. I'm looking for a move around the outside of Lipper through the very long banked corner, which is my favourite corner in the whole game, actually. I do love that corner. So Lipper gets it a bit wrong, getting into the final sector. I'm in second, LeSurf gets it vaguely wrong. It cuts across the grass. It's not grass, but hey, and I take the lead. LeSurf trying to cut the corners perfectly into the final few corners, but he can't, and I take the win. He's sliding through the final corner, as are the others, except for the Enzo. The Enzo isn't. Enzo really isn't sliding or going. Yeah, that's me just playing in the dirt over there. So I took the win. Yeah, right at the death of it, came out of nowhere. That's what this said. If you look on board, I did. I just appeared basically when he was off the track. So yeah, I ain't complaining. Next race, not even gonna. So we're going to 80s brands. And what seems like it's close to sunset. Just saw the lightning effect. I'm in my FD1 once again. There is a Mazda LM55, I believe it's called. I might take to the grass for the first corner, and then brake hard into the first corner, and then get round and round the Shelby off. So yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't really help that because I got rammed off. The LM55 is no doubt in the lead. No surprise really, that's what I meant to say. There's a four-way tussle, literally bumper to bumper. The Surf's in that. The Chaparral runs very wide, and I can take a dive up inside, being the opportunist I am. Heading down the back straight, the Chaparral gets on the inside of me. I leave it room because there's no point in fending it off because it's just so damn fast, compared to me at least. The LM55 gets it a bit wrong. We were all bullying the LM55 because it was an LMP car and no LMP cars allowed to serve ghosts because reasons. I don't know why he did actually. There was a reason for it, I know that, but don't know what it was. Because yeah, so the LM55 pushes his way back through as I did earlier. Kind of fair, but I had a reason. So yeah, it's a three-way battle for first. Lipper's in his 177. I do like that car. The Chaparral's doing very badly. The Survey hasn't ghosted once now. There seems like there's a four-way battle for third, five-way battle for third actually. Four. That's turned into a two-way battle for third very quickly, as P83697 takes the lead of that battle. Meanwhile, the top three are remaining pretty much the same. Going to jump on board with the LM55 because yeah, I do like the LM55. It's just not in my races. So he outbreaks himself, and I can take full advantage of that. As to don't know what it is. It looks like an NSX, but it's not quite an NSX. So I'm in second place at the moment, which is very, very handy. The Chaparral and the LM55 are now having a battle royale of the OP cars. Yeah, these two were both too overpowered. The Chaparral looking for the outside line, looking for the spectacular. The LM55 gets it very wrong, and both run off the track. So we're going to jump on board with the leader here. Going into the final corner, it looks like he's going to take the lead, take the win, but he got it wrong. He runs wide. So I'm trying to fly through, and I get bumped, and you can't really see much. There we go, I'm flying off the track. You can just catch that. So Everyone is flying towards me. Leclerc's on the outside. I dive towards the LM55. I'm not letting him win, and he doesn't. The McLaren does win in the end, as I block the LM55 from winning, because couldn't be having that. So yeah, Leclerc in the end came third after being 16 seconds down at the end of that one, and yeah, the LM55 came third behind me and McLaren. Yeah. Next race is, I don't know where this one is actually. It's at the Twin Ring Motegi Road Course. So, heading to the Twin Ring Motegi Road Course with my ZZII. So we're on the grid, we're waiting for the lights to go out, and we're off. And I just rocket down into the leading pack. There was like 5 abreast down into the first corner, as I get a bit wrong, and everyone is off. No, everyone. Well, except for the first 3. Except for 3, everyone was off. Let's just watch that once more. Look, from my point of view, we get to see my launch again. Yeah, no, but you can just see what happened in the first corner. So there was a laggy 787B right at the front. Yeah, he didn't last very long. There we go, lag. You can see my launch, it was quite good, but then I found a wall of cars, and I fell off, and so did everyone else. But at least my car had good acceleration, so I could get ahead of them before everyone else got back on the track. So anyway, we'll jump back onto the to the replay camera, because yeah, the 2 leaders pile on the track, as to everyone behind me. Actually, it seems quite an occurrence in this race. They just piled off the course. So the top 2 is Monta GTFX, the McLaren from the last race, and I once again. So that's good for me. I'm just gonna sit there behind him. Don't really know what's happening behind me. The surf's there. I'm running a bit wide as the McLaren, but I run a bit wider. I brake hard down into that corner, but can't quite stop it. Run into the gravel, then get a bit of a slide on going onto the track again. So I've dropped down to what, about 7th? Yeah, from 2nd. Yeah, Monster GTFX gets it a bit wrong, spins it, and then rejoins the track sideways. So everyone's going to pile into the side of you. Not really surprised. This was a very surprising car. I don't even know what it is. I'm getting a massive slipstream off the surf and the surprising car, and I cut to the grass a bit. I dive out the way of the McLaren because I can see that that's not going to stop. So I went to the left, avoided it and kept the position. Then I promptly go and lose it as Slipper on the final corner. And the Chaparral is getting very fast down the straight. I'm diving into the slipstream, but I'm not going to make a rash move on Lights of the Surf and the guy ahead of him in the surprising car. I don't know what car it is. It's like a Silvia. I think it is a Silvia. 240 Silvia, I think. Something like that. So we're running 3 abreast down into the third corner actually. But it done work. I did back out, but the Silvia didn't. So the McLaren is now on the inside, outside in fact. I'm on the inside of the Silvia. I'm going 3 abreast down into this corner too, but I didn't decide to make the move. But I'm going to make the move on the exit instead, making cutback, and with my acceleration and just breeze past. The McLaren gets it slightly wrong, heading off track. I do brake to avoid it, and the Silvia gets past both of us. Actually, that was a good move. I'm looking for a cutback on the McLaren. It looks like I've got the cutback. I have got the cutback on the McLaren actually. So I'm up into, what's this, 3rd place actually. So that's good. The McLaren is looking for the cutback. I've got the Silvia ahead of me, so I can't really hold the inside line, and I've got to back out. I've got to take a very wide line there. Leclerc has caught up once again. So I'm in this, not in the slipstream. I'm just gonna breeze past in my overspeed was real. Could have taken the McLaren, but decided against it. Sylvia knocks me onto the inside curb. Nice to leave room. I say that as I take off Le Cerf. That was an accident, trust me. Up ahead, nothing. Oh, Sylvia got it very wrong, and I take full advantage in the wall and win. Get second, get third actually. Le Cerf, meanwhile, did mess up the last corner, but no thanks to me, he gets 7th place out of 10. This was a big room, actually. So yeah, that wasn't so good for him. I did apologise, and I do apologise again, because that was kind of my fault. But then the Sylvia did push me, which forced me off the track, and whatever. He's number 22 too. Gore. Yeah, so I couldn't really do much about it. So yeah, if I could control my car better, perhaps I could. Yeah, this is what caused the first corner collision. It's just kind of, yeah, he left. So that's gonna be it. That's not gonna be it for this video. Got one more race at the Grand Valley Speedway. So we're off to the Grand Valley Speedway. Once again in my Kyra. I was gonna go for my FD1, but I thought acceleration was key. So we're on board with Top Serve. Apparently you also get good acceleration, but no lag. No, got a massive lag spike. Couldn't get past the surf down into the first corner. So I'm in second, which isn't too bad. Diving into the first corner, and we both missed the braking zone by like a country mile. So yeah, we're down in second to last. Some Ford GT got it even worse, and he's in last. The Surf is now ahead of me. I'm now behind the Surf, and we both fly through this corner and both fly into the same wall at exactly the same point. So that went well. You can tell we race each other quite a bit, just by the lines we both take. Yeah, don't look at the notification in the corner. So the Surf's looking for a move up the inside and dive on board with him. Taking 2 in 1 actually, that was brilliant. I think, yeah, the Aston ran a bit wide, so he lost out. So now we're both in. So the Surf's in 3rd and I'm in 4th, as we head through the first of the tunnels. Trying to catch Lipper and the Monster GTFX once again. These guys were very good actually. Yeah, I'm right behind the Surf. If you're surprised, I just seem to just copy his lines all the way around. So I just about managed to avoid his car. That was very close. I did avoid it, just, otherwise I'd taken him out again. I've done it before, I would do it again. So Lipper is ahead of us, getting a bit laggy. No surprise, from Australia. And into the final corner, the Surf just whizzes past, as do I. And he whizzes past the McLaren, as do I. Not, actually I don't. But the Surf gets it very wrong down into the first corner and he's off. These races were all about recovery for him. Which was a bit of a pain for him, I'd imagine, because he seemed to be recovering in all of these races. Okay, I have missed out a few where he did soar away and win, but getting the exciting ones. Okay, so heading down into the hairpin. I'm right behind the McLaren. The Surf has rejoined and he's actually not that far behind. Lipper's dropping back a little bit, not too far, mind you. Can't tell really because of lag. Keeping my car on the track, as is Monster GTFX and Lipper and the Surf. The Surf is kind of dragging the others with him, but not really that much. Yeah, no. I find the curb. This is the most annoying curb ever because I couldn't get off it. I was catching Monster, but I just got stuck on that damn curb. Couldn't get out of it. Couldn't get off it. So Monster runs a bit wider. I'm making take a very tight line on the middle. Monster tries to cut me off, but I'm ahead of him. So yeah, and all hell breaks loose behind with Lipper and lag. And so Monster's out of the race. Le Cerf takes a very opportunistic move there. I was so surprised when I first saw that. I was like, no. He was kind of off the track. So the surf's got the slipstream on me. Surely my faster Kyra. And across the line. Yeah, I thought my Kyra was quicker than his R8. But he did spend quite a while tuning before we started this race. Yeah, he won. Very close. Let's just take a look at it. Okay, we'll do what we did in Tokyo. With the surf again. Yeah. May not seem as close, but it isn't as close. It's 0.01 second. No, 0.017 seconds. That's how close that was. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. Very close. But, oh well, what can you do? Yeah, let's have a look at the surf's move on Lipper. No, I paused it up. There we go. It was just a brilliantly opportunistic move. I'm going to jump on board with Lipper actually, because yeah, I did like this room. This was a very good room. All the races, most of the races, were very close and very exciting. Yeah, if we look, the surf just going around the outside there and perfectly cut it. Perfectly. It was insane. So yeah, I did like this room. I hope to do something like this again. This was that weird time I did it, actually. It's like mid-Wednesday. Mid-Tuesday, actually. And yeah, so it won't happen again at this sort of time. Being mid-Tuesday. Because that's just a weird time. But usually I'm at school then. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, because certainly good race, certainly good load of races, certainly good room. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.